pride blinds me to my own weakness and makes me fight the very truth that could save me. Pride is one of those inner forces I rarely notice at first. It doesn't shout, it doesn't announce itself, and it doesn't come dressed as something obviously harmful. Instead, it appears in my life as confidence, self-assurance, independence, or even strength. But beneath these familiar masks, pride quietly begins reshaping the way I see myself, the way I see others, and the way I respond to the world. And if I don't pay attention, it slowly becomes a force that damages my relationships, distorts my judgment, and weakens my soul. When I look honestly at myself, I see that pride often begins with a simple desire: the desire to be right, to be respected, to be valued, to be seen. These desires are not wrong by themselves, but pride twists them. It convinces me that I must protect my image at all costs. It tells me that admitting weakness is dangerous. It whispers that I should hide my mistakes, defend my opinions, and avoid anything that makes me look small. And once I start listening to that voice, I begin to lose something essential: humility, sincerity, and the ability to grow. Pride destroys a person because it closes the heart. When I am proud, I stop hearing others. I stop learning. I stop seeing truth that challenges me. I become defensive, irritated, or cold when someone points out something I don't want to face. Pride makes me treat correction as an attack, advice as interference, and honesty as disrespect. It blinds me to the possibility that someone might be trying to help me, not hurt me. And pride doesn't only affect how I receive others, it affects how I treat them. When pride grows inside me, I begin to compare myself with people around me. I start noticing their flaws more than their strengths. I judge their choices, their weaknesses, their mistakes. I become less patient, less compassionate, less understanding. Pride pushes me to place myself above others, even if I don't say it out loud. And once I start living this way, relationships begin to crack. People feel the distance, the coldness, the superiority. They withdraw, and I end up alone with my pride, the very thing I thought would protect me. Pride also destroys my inner peace. It creates constant tension. I feel the need to defend myself, justify myself, prove myself. I become sensitive to criticism, even when it's gentle. I react strongly to small things. I feel offended when someone doesn't appreciate me, or when they misunderstand me, or when they don't treat me the way I expect. Pride makes me fragile, not strong. It makes me dependent on praise, recognition, and approval. And when I don't receive them, I feel hurt, angry, or disappointed. The most dangerous part of pride is that it hides the truth from me. It prevents me from seeing my own weaknesses. It convinces me that I am better than I really am. It makes me believe that I don't need help, don't need advice, don't need correction. And when I stop seeing my weaknesses, I stop growing. Pride freezes my spiritual life. It locks me inside myself. It makes me blind to the very things that could heal me. But pride doesn't have to destroy me. It can be recognized, understood, and transformed. And the first step is honesty. The courage to admit that pride exists in me. When I acknowledge it, I begin to see how it shapes my reactions, my thoughts, and my relationships. I begin to notice moments when I defend myself too quickly, when I judge too sharply, when I refuse to listen, when I feel offended without reason. The second step is humility. Not humiliation, not weakness, but the quiet strength of truth. Humility allows me to accept correction without fear. It allows me to admit mistakes without shame. It allows me to listen to others without feeling threatened. Humility opens the heart, softens the mind, and restores clarity. It makes relationships deeper, conversations calmer, and life more peaceful. The third step is gratitude. Pride focuses on what I lack, what I deserve, what others should give me. Gratitude shifts my attention to what I already have, the people who support me, the opportunities I've received, the lessons I've learned, the moments of kindness that shaped me. Gratitude dissolves pride because it reminds me that I am not the center of the world, and that everything good in my life is a gift, not a trophy. And finally, the fourth step is love. The kind of love that sees others not as competitors or threats, but as human beings with their own struggles, fears, and hopes. Love makes pride impossible. It replaces judgment with compassion, comparison with understanding, and superiority with sincerity. Pride destroys a person when it becomes the ruler of the heart. But when I confront it with honesty, humility, gratitude, and love, it loses its power. And in that moment, I begin to rediscover who I truly am. Not someone who must defend an image, but someone who can live with depth, clarity, and peace.